Welcome to Mishna study Masachet Maaser Sheni Perek Imal Mishna Yod Bet. Over here, we're going to speak about a person who has wine, Maaser Sheni wine, and he wants to take his wine up to Yerushalayim. Is he allowed to go ahead and use non-Maaser Sheni bottles, right? His regular bottles that he has at home, to carry this wine to Yerushalayim? And if so, do these bottles become in essence Maaser Sheni as well? Right? Do they take on the kedusha of Maaser Sheni? And if they do, then you'd have to go ahead and redeem them and spend that value, right? That value of the bottle itself, and buy Maaser Sheni foods with it later on. So Mashil kan kanav the Maaser Sheni, a person who lends his bottles for Maaser Sheni, right, to bring his wine up to Yerushalayim. Afal pishel gafan, look kana Maaser, right? He went ahead, he's lending his these bottles at home. He's not using them. He knows they're his regular bottles. He's not calling them Maaser Sheni bottles. He's just using it to bring his Maaser Sheni up to Jerusalem. Even if he corked the bottles itself, it doesn't matter. Lo kana Maaser, right? It doesn't become Maaser Sheni. Zalaf letuchan stam. Let's say though, he doesn't say I'm lending these bottles for Maaser Sheni. He just go ahead and he pours his Maaser Sheni wine into these bottles without specifying. So now it depends. Ad shelo gafan lo kana maaser, right? If he didn't cork it, then it's not considered maaser sheni bottles. Then the bottles are regular bottles. It's just holding his maaser sheni. But umishigafan kana maaser, right? But if he goes ahead and he closes off, he corks those bottles, right? Then the maaser, right? Then these bottles also take on the kedusha of Maaser Sheni, because he's basically saying I'm making it's batel to the Maaser Sheni inside, and right, they become Maaser Sheni, and then afterwards he's gonna have to redeem these bottles as well and the value of it and use it and spend it as Maaser Sheni in Yerushalayim. Now the Mishnah continues with other laws relating to if he corks something or if he doesn't cork it, right? Ad shelo gafan olot be'achat u'me'ah. Right? Let's say he has, in general, regular bottles of wine. Before he goes ahead and corks it, then we know if he has 100 bottles of cholin and one of teruma falls in between the mix over there, so we know teruma is ola be'achat u'me'ah. We mentioned, right, 1 in 100. Right? Then it's batel and it's ola, like we said. So in this case, right? In this case, one falls into 100. Okay, if none of them are corked, okay, so we say if it's 1 in 100, it's ola, right? It's batel, and they don't, you don't say the whole thing is considered truma. But let's say you corked it. At this point, if they're all corked, now they're all hashuv. They're all important in their own. The kadeshot kol shehen, right? Any amount is going to be okay. Even 1 in 1,000, right? One bottle of truma fell into a mix of another 1,000, because they're all individual, they're all hashuv, and they all stand on their own. Therefore, it's not going to be batil, it's not going to be ola. Next case is ad shelo gafan toreh me'achat adakol. Let's say, right, he didn't separate teruma yet, right, and now he didn't cork the bottles. He has all these bottles of teruma. So you go ahead and he says, okay, before you go in and cork it, you could take from one of the bottles and cover the rest. Right? Let's say you had 100 bottles down there. You take two uncorked bottles, or they're all uncorked, right? You take 2 of them and you give them to the kohen, right? That's 2%. But umishigafan, let's say you went in and corked it, and now they're all individual. Now at this point, you need to go ahead and separate teruma from each and every